सेव किया था ना?
मैं सिर्फ इसलिए गया था क्योंकि उसने मुझे कॉल किया, that's it. But listen though.
Save it for someone else.
जिंदगी में सेव करना जरूरी है, मगर जब बात पैसों की हो सिर्फ सेविंग से काम नहीं चलेगा। इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट कीजिए और अपने सेविंग्स को आगे बढ़ने का मौका दीजिए।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.
Whether it is the upcoming assembly elections in key states or the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, the BJP has already started its preparation. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has been keeping a close watch on these key states, something which is visible during his visits or the upcoming visits. Not only is he busy pulling up BJP leaders and party functionaries to ensure they don't lag behind, he also pulled up BJP ministers recently for ignoring organisational duties. In today's Point of Politics, we discuss Shah's recent meetings and how the party is strategizing for the upcoming elections, especially amidst opposition leaders calling for unity to fight the BJP. Shah's upcoming visits are also crucial, keeping the assembly elections in those states in mind. On 10 September, he is scheduled to attend the BJP's OBC Morcha meeting in Jodhpur, the home turf of Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot. Jodhpur also happens to be the Lok Sabha constituency of Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, who is seen as a CM contender. And it doesn't end there. On 23rd and 24th of September, Amit Shah will visit Bihar to address rallies in Muslim-dominated Simhanchal region. Nitish Kumar's latest political somersault has put the BJP in a bit of a tight spot in Bihar, forcing it to recalibrate its electoral strategy in the state. The Muslim population of Simhanchal ranges from around 70% in Kishanganj to 35% in Purnia. In the past, BJP has done well in this region by polarizing Hindu votes. In the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, the NDA won 3 of the 4 seats here, including one won by JDU in Katihar, for which it had fielded a former BJP leaders on its ticket. The NDA won 39 of 40 Lok Sabha seats in Bihar in 2019. Clearly, Amit Shah is a man on the move. Miffed with union ministers of the Bharatiya Janata Party who failed to submit reports on the constituencies that were assigned to them, Home Minister Amit Shah sent out a terse message on last Tuesday. He said Prime Minister Narendra Modi's appeal to people can help win elections, but if the organisational strength is found lacking, the BJP may not be able to fully capitalise on this appeal. Shah conveyed this during a brainstorming session of party leaders, which he was leading along with BJP President JP Nadda. The meeting came in the backdrop of Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's efforts to forge opposition unity for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. In May, following a meeting between PM Modi and his Council of Ministers, a decision was taken to identify constituencies where the BJP needs to strengthen its hold. These were then divided into clusters and a minister was put in charge of each cluster. 70 senior party leaders and union ministers, including Smriti Irani, Dharmendra Pradhan, Piyush Goyal, Bhupendra Yadav, Anurag Thakur, Narendra Singh Tomar, Jitendra Singh, were put in charge of 144 constituencies, most of which were ones where the BJP had lost in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. The union ministers were tasked with spending at least 48 hours to 3 days every month in each constituency and through their pravas, the travels, prepare reports on what the party can do to win in these seats in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. While the ministers were expected to finish their travels and submit their reports by 31st August, only 32 have managed to do so, the party sources told ThePrint. And they also said that now these ministers have been given some extra time to complete the exercise. Ashwini Vaishnav, the Union Minister for Railways, Communications and Electronics and Information Technology, who was given charge of the constituencies of Bijnor, Nagina and Saharanpur in Uttar Pradesh, where Muslims comprise over 40% of the population, according to the 2011 census, told ThePrint that despite being tough seats, they have discussed the right strategy to win over these seats. Another union minister to have completed the assignment is Arjun Munda, who holds a tribal affairs portfolio. He had been put in charge of the Kendujar, Bhadrak and Jajpur constituencies in Odisha. All these are seats reserved for the scheduled caste candidates and are held by BJD. According to a senior BJP leader, Union Minister Amit Shah is directly supervising the exercise which has been going on for the past 3 months. The second round of Pravas or the travels is scheduled to begin in October and is likely to continue till January. The BJP is also focusing on 74,000 party booths and have tasked MLAs and MPs with strengthening 25 and 100 booths each respectively. In 2014, the BJP had launched Mission 272, its target for that election, but it managed to win 282 of the 543 seats. In 2019, it launched Mission 359 plus, but won only 302. The recent review that took place on Tuesday came after the first phase of the Pravas, and the reports, which detailed the profile of their cluster, their caste compositions, status of strengthening exercise for weak booths, were discussed along with an overall strategy to win the constituencies. According to a party source, Shah and Nadda questioned why the ministers who had not submitted their reports had failed to visit their respective constituencies and asked them to not take party work lightly. A BJP leader told ThePrint that the ministers are the known faces and people relate to them. So Amit Shah and JP Nadda wanted to know why were they not taking this exercise more seriously. They said if they actually go out and interact with the voters, it will help in expanding the party further. During the meeting, sources said targets were set to make extensive plans for each Lok Sabha constituency on the basis of SWOT analysis, strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threat, to identify administrative issues and get them resolved, to connect with voters and meet beneficiaries of government schemes, to identify new voters, those who are specially abled, migrants and women, and to get involved in community work like cleaning lakes, planting saplings or blood donation camps. Each minister was told to spend 2 to 3 days a month in the constituency, for which activities had already been identified. They were then directed to meet core group committee members, mandal presidents, booth presidents and influencers in the constituency, as well as visit religious places like prominent temples and gurdwaras to create a buzz. Both Nadda and Amit Shah conveyed to the ministers that along with fulfilling their ministerial responsibilities, the party's organisational work should be done simultaneously and should not be taken lightly. The message was simple to the minister that organisational work should be their priority too, and without strengthening the organisation, the party will not be able to repeat its success. Amit Shah apparently said that there is no party without the backbone of a strong organisation, and ministers have to learn to balance organisational work and their responsibilities as ministers. While 7 union ministers, Smriti Irani, Dharmendra Pradhan, Ajay Bhatt, Jyotiraj Scindia, R.K. Singh, Jitendra Singh and Ameshwar Teli have been deployed in constituencies across West Bengal, the BJP has also identified 14 Lok Sabha constituencies in UP where the party is in power at the state government, which are held by opposition parties and where it must win in 2024. One of these is Congress interim President Sonia Gandhi's stronghold Raebareli, where Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar has been put in charge. At the same time, Union Minister Jitendra Singh is handling Samajwadi Party Patriarch Mulayam Singh Yadav's bastion, Mainpuri. The BJP has been working to ramp up its booth-level presence by reaching out to beneficiaries of centrally sponsored schemes. While most of the 144 seats include those the party lost in 2019, a few are those the party had won, but feels it may prove difficult in 2024 due to demographic and regional factors. During their visits, the ministers were expected to see how the central schemes were being implemented, take feedback from the local units and figure out the challenges, if any, being faced in the implementation process. Amit Shah's recent meeting has put the spotlight on the BJP ministers who will now have to ensure that they complete their organisational duties by at least September. This is Neelam Pandey reporting for ThePrint.